Hi guys, I just thought I'd come on and do a little bit of a brain fart about diabetes. I get all kinds of things in my mind and I just thought I'd come on and relay them to you guys because there's probably some of you that are feeling the same way. Now, just a quick update on my cystic fibrosis. I feel absolutely phenomenal. Basically, I feel cured and I've been up and down on Kaftrio, but now I absolutely know that I'm at the best I've ever been. CF done at the moment. Diabetes, massive ball ache. Now I'm going to go off on a little bit of a tangent here and I'm going to start when I first got diagnosed. So I believe I got diagnosed between the ages of 14 and 16. I always say 16, you know, just to keep it consistent. It was the worst thing that had ever happened to me. So when I was younger, a teacher took me into the toilets and she did a finger prick in front of me, and at the time I was confused. I think I was about 7 or 8 and I was like, what's that? And she was like, oh, I've got diabetes, I've got to do this, this and this. So ever since the age of 8 I said, I do not want diabetes. 2 things in my life that I didn't want. It was diabetes and to go bald. So when I got diagnosed, I was in hospital already for a visit and I'd had the glucose test, you know, months before. And the doctor randomly came in when I was sat there and she went, oh, you've got diabetes. And then she literally said, you've got diabetes, we need to get you in school. There's a hospital school at the time. And then she walked out. It was literally the most arsehole move a doctor could do. There was no support, there was no nothing. I instantly broke down and cried. Now from that point, I cut out a lot of the sugary stuff I was having. So at that time I was drinking Lucozades every day. And I was having sweets and all that kind of stuff. So instantly, when I got educated about it, that stopped. I spent 2 days, you know, crying and not really talking to people, and I went inside myself. Now I think there's 2 ways you can do diabetes. You can do it the easy way, on easy mode, or the hard way. And just so you know, when I say easy mode, I am not belittling diabetes or how people feel about it, because personally, I did not accept it. I didn't want to accept it. I didn't want anything to do with it. And that's when I classed myself as living on easy mode, because I just forgot about it, couldn't deal with it, and my life was so much more simpler without actually thinking about it. The easy way is you go with the attitude, diabetes doesn't define me, and you do whatever you want, you don't monitor. You might do your insulin, you might not do your insulin. I always did my insulin, regardless. I was on a certain set type of insulin, so it was called Humalog. And what that does is it gives you your fast acting and your slow acting at the same time, 2 injections a day. So I take a set amount, 26 in the morning, 22 at night. And I do that, and to be honest with you, I wouldn't bother about checking or anything like that. So I was living life on easy mode, or so I thought. See, the problem with easy mode diabetes is it might be easier at the time, but there will come a time when it will bite you in the arse because you haven't looked after yourself properly. I think most people with diabetes probably go through that stage. Not everyone, some people might just get straight on it. It's a big change, and diabetes immediately asks you to change your life. And you know, some people like full fat Coke, some people like sweets, some people like cakes, and when you've been used to eating and drinking that way, just to switch it off, it's a big ask from anyone. So diabetes requires you to have such discipline that you can be mistaken thinking that your life ain't going to be any fun anymore. So I spent my life on easy mode till about 26. What made me change it was the fact that my eyesight was getting gradually worse. I can go through anything, but losing my eyesight would be a massive thing for me, as it would be for anyone. And that's when I decided that I was going to make a change. When I was 26, I'm 33 now. So that's 7 years of trying to master, understand and control diabetes. It's not perfect and it reacts to everything you do. So you are never going to get a day where it's like that. Your blood sugars are constantly like this, and you've got to manage that every minute, every hour, every second of the day. The more you focus on it and the more you take control of it, the harder it is. And that's just a fact. If you want to look after yourself properly with diabetes, it's twice as hard. it requires that much concentration and that much tweaking. And since I got on Kaftrio, I've noticed that it's more prominent because CF has gone, essentially. There's no balancing act. I've just got to sort diabetes out. And, you know, I'm monitoring 24 hours a day. And if I'm honest with you, now I'm actually taking it fully serious. I feel better than I've ever felt before. My blood sugars are constantly annoying me. However, I can sort that out and I can rectify that through educating myself and doing the right amounts of insulin, doing extra insulin, correction doses. So here's the realisation that I've come to. Diabetes is always going to be disgustingly hard work. It's always going to make you change your lifestyle and what you're doing. But the best attitude I've found to have is, don't say, oh, it's not going to define me, it isn't who I am. The same as cystic fibrosis, it does define you, it is who you are, it's part of you, and you have to learn to coexist with it. You have to find your happy medium. And basically, you have to look after yourself properly, because even though it's harder, in the long run, you're not going to get the side effects. If you go through your whole life on easy mode and you get to 30 and you lose your legs and your eyes, where have you got really? You've got nothing by ignoring it and brushing it under the carpet. You will get so much more benefit from your life by doing it the difficult way from the start. And even though I say it's really hard, you get used to it and you learn to coincide with it and exist with it. It's about being proactive and reactive. So what I would say is, if you're living on easy mode with diabetes, have a think about changing it. I promise you, it'll benefit you.